Ortiz hitting third. Mookie Betts batting cleanup in right field. Hanley Ramirez at first base bats fifth. Travis Shaw hitting sixth at third base. Batting seventh will be Chris Young, the left fielder. Sandy Leon, the switch hitting catcher, will hit eighth. And batting ninth once again, Jackie Bradley Jr. He will be in center field. Home plate umpire tonight, Mike Estabrook. The crew chief, Dan DeMuth, is at first base. Toby Basner is at second base, and Greg Gibson is the umpire in back of third. Wind River Environmental is New England's leading provider of septic grease and drain services. For your home or business, Wind River has every septic, grease, and drain base covered. Learn more at WREnvironmental.com. That's WREnvironmental.com. And a special night for Red Sox baseball with the WEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. As we get set for the first pitch, we've got many special guests coming your way tonight. Also, we'll be asking you to donate to help Strikeout cancer. So Rick Porcello getting set to deliver the first pitch to Logan Forsythe. And with the play-by-play, here's Joe Castiglione.
All right, thank you very much, Tim. We're at the 970,000 mark. Approaching $1 million here. That's just about 13 hours into our radio telethon, which goes 36 hours. Rick Porcello waiting for Forsythe, who's struggling. One of his last 18, but good hitter at 271 with 16 homers. And he takes a call. Strike, says Mike Estabrook, the home plate umpire. 72 degrees. Beautiful night. Breezy. And it's been a pitcher's wind coming in. Here's the 0-1. And a swinging strike at a high fastball. There are many ways to donate. Light up the Arbella tote board by calling 877-738-1234 or text K-Cancer to 20222 to donate $25. Or go to jimmyfund.org. The pitch just missing the outside corner. That was close. Rick wearing that sweat-stained cap. It's been good luck for him. That and good stuff and great command. The 1-2 just missing outside. That was another close one. Rick in his last start had a no decision against the Rays. 7 2/3, 3 runs, 9 hits. No walks and 8 Ks, a career high 123 pitches in that one. Here comes the 2-2 from a slim right-hander, and it swung on and popped foul down the first base side. Hanley going over, but that's into the seats just past the Red Sox dugout, about 4 rows up. Well, we're so happy the Arbella Insurance Foundation is the presenting sponsor of the WEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. Dedicated to striking out cancer in kids. They donate $50 for every strikeout from a Red Sox pitcher. Check out the Arbella Insurance tote board, WEI.com. Arbella Insurance, here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. And the 2-2 to the second baseman is lined into right for a base hit. Nice inside-out swing. Logan Forsythe is aboard with a single to open the ball game. So the leadoff man on for Kevin Kiermaier, who's been struggling 2 of his last 20. 7 homers, 26 RBIs. Hitting just .220. And the latest tote board showing $970,651. Hope to hit the million mark very soon. Rick delivers, and the left-hand batter takes it low. Rays are last in hitting at 243, 12th in runs scored, but 4th in home runs with 172. They had a lot of solos. Rick is 3-0 in 4 starts against the Rays this year, 8-4 lifetime. Changeup missing low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. First inning presented by Volvo. Get everything you want this summer and more from Volvo. For a limited time, they're making the Premier Package complimentary. Visit your local Volvo dealer for details. The left-hand batting Kiermaier takes a strike. Good sinker down and in at 94. 6 for 24 against Porcello in the past. We'll have some patients on, doctors and sponsors during the course of the evening. 2-1. Swinging and a miss. Throw to second. He should be out by a mile, and he is. Well, that was really strange. Forsythe gunned down by plenty by Sandy Leon. It's a missed hit and run, quite obviously, not a straight steal. And he was out by so much. So the caught stealing goes 2-6. Xander with a tag. And it was a strike, so it's a 2-2 count. And strike 3 called. You heard Kiermaier scream no. He thought it was low, but it backed over the inside edge. So Estabrook rings him up, and just like that, there were 2 men out.
That cleans things up pretty quickly. You get the caught stealing, and then the very next pitch, a called third strike, and now order restored here in the first inning with 2 outs and nobody on.
Right at the bottom of the zone. Now Longoria hitting .289 with 30 homers. He's knocked in 80. And the pitch from Rick is a breaking ball, a big curve in there for a strike at 75. Rick is tied for the league lead in wins with Jay Happ. Second in walks per 9, 1.5. Tied for the lead in hit batsman with 11, missing inside. One ball, 1 strike. 2 men out here in the first. Rays wearing their blue jerseys with the gray pants, low and away. Very nice pregame ceremonies tonight. Some Jimmy Fund patients in center field, lined up to the number 15, commemorating the 15th anniversary of our Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. That's low and away. And the national anthem sung by Alyssa Escobar of Somerville, who will be joining us later. She has Hodgkin's lymphoma. 3-1. Foul to the right, out of play. Season series is 7-6 Red Sox. And the Red Sox are 4-2 here. They swept just before the All-Star game. Lost 2 or 3 back in April. The 3-2. Ground ball bounced weakly to the right side. Holt charges, glove slips to first for the out that retires the side. After half an inning, Rays in Tampa Bay. He didn't get a decision. He's 1-0 in 4 games against the Red Sox in his career with a 1.72 ERA. Brock Holt batting first, .251, 6 homers, 30 RBIs. That's the Pedroia's due back sometime during the game. They're not sure when. Here's the pitch. And a fastball in for a strike. Dustin's been away attending a family funeral. Andres delivers, and he drops 1 too low. He's been in the bullpen and in the rotation both. 3 runs, 7 hits in 6 innings with a walk and 8 Ks on Thursday. Ground ball bounce right side. Second baseman has it. Throw to first, and Holt is out 4-3. Brings up Sander, who's 6 of his last 13. He's back to .309. 16 homers. He's knocked in 76. In the home half of the first inning, no score. And Xander takes a strike.
Andres susceptible to the long ball. He has given up 10 home runs over his last 30 innings pitched.
0-1, low and away.
In fact, he's allowed 8 home runs just in the month of August alone. He's tied for 5th most in the majors.
He allowed 1 to Poppy down there, but was able to escape with a no decision. Again, the Rays won. Light up the tote board, 877-738-1234 for the Dana Fund, for the Jimmy Fund of the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. Andres delivering 1-1, and Xander takes a slider low. Andres is a native Californian. It's 2-1 coming to Xander Bogarts. And he takes a strike over the outer half. Now through Thursday, value packs of boneless chicken breast or thighs, $169 a pound at Shaw's, official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. The 2-2. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Down he goes. He said he had 8 strikeouts against the Red Sox somehow. And the hand for David Ortiz.
There were times in that game that he got a lot of quick outs. Red Sox kind of let him off the hook. And in a couple of innings when they did threaten, including the inning where David homered off of him, they would go back and get some more quick outs.
We've reached the Safe Light Auto Glass part of the order. Every home run by batters 3 through 6. Safe Light donates $200 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation in Massachusetts. Duffy 319, 31 homers, takes a strike. He's knocked in 101. Appears as though we have another full house at Fenway. The 0-1, low and inside. Some kids start school tomorrow. Seems too early.
Still in August.
I wouldn't have liked that.
Well, the selling point was always, well, if you start early, you get out early.
Low and inside.
I don't know if that's always true.
No, that got snow days to account for.
But I'm sure the parents always throw that one at them. Well, you get out a little earlier. Have a longer summer. Go see more Red Sox games.
Andres with the 2-1 to David. Fouls a high fastball to the backstop. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. No score in the last of the first. First baseman pretty much guarding the line. Miller. David takes inside, bends him back, right under his chin there. Have an outfield of Dickerson in left. Kiermaier could catch just about everything in center. And Franklin, a converted infielder, in right. 3-2, here it is. Foul straight back. Miller is at first, Forsythe at second. Shortstop is Matt Duffy. And Longoria, their all-star, is at third. Robbie Wilson behind the plate. And Matt Andres with another 3-2, and he drives a foul over the State Street Pavilion left side. So it remains 3-2 to Ortiz. Another payoff pitch coming here, the 16th pitch of the inning. Andres steals. And a foul tip, held, strike 3. Threw him an off-speed pitch. Good changeup. 1-2-3 go the Red Sox after 1 no score in the Shaw's W. Here's Brad Miller. And the pitch to the first baseman is wide, ball 1. Miller 25 homers, hitting .258. And we welcome Dr. David Frank, senior physician, hematology and oncology cancers at Dana-Farber. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Nice to see you, Doctor.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Focusing in on blood cancer. Mostly in adults. The 1-1. Pop foul, third base side out of play. Tremendous strides have been made in the last generation, right?
Absolutely. I've been at Dana-Farber for about 20 years now, and it's night and day with what we can do.
And the cure rate certainly have skyrocketed.
Absolutely. It's a combination of the research that's going on, the clinical trials, always trying to do better for our patients.
Now they overshift on Miller with a count 1-2. Porcello delivers, and the line drive off the glove of Hanley goes to Holt. In right, picks it up, throws to Hanley for the out. 3-4-3, fortuitous bounce, hit hard. One man down for Matt Duffy. The shortstop at 309 with one homer. What are some of the challenges that you're still trying to conquer?
Well, that's a good question. So you hear about all of the advances we're making, but still about 1,500 patients die every day in the United States of cancer, and we need to be able to do better than that.
Duffy takes a strike.
So at Dana-Farber, again, it's that combination of research to develop new therapies and to try to do the best for the patients that we have walking through the door every day.
That's a little high and inside. But you're focusing on identifying drugs to block some of the effects. And a little flare, hit right to Hanley. He grabs it, 2 men down.
Absolutely, and actually, as we get a better understanding of the molecular abnormalities in a cancer cell, the drugs that we're developing for blood cancers are going to have efficacy for other cancers as well. So we're really making a lot of progress, but there's still a long way to go.
What do we mean by precision medicine and immunotherapy?
Well, those are two very important issues. Precision medicine refers to the fact that every patient who walks through the door gets its own therapy, and I'll describe that in a second.
Ball one outside.
So now, instead of a one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter approach, we do molecular analysis of each patient and tailor the therapy exactly for that patient. So no two people are getting the same therapy.
Here's a 1-0. They foul to the backstop. All cancers are different.
Absolutely. And then the second point that you raised, Joe, which I think is very important, is the immunotherapy, getting the body's own immune system to get activated to fight off the cancer cell. And that is a very exciting area that holds great promise today.
Doctor, what about the future? What about the next handful of years or so in cancer research and treatment?
Well, again, that's a really important point. So
here's the 1-1, and a ground ball bounced into right field, but Holt is there and flips the first for the out.
So we've made a lot of progress, but to do these clinical trials are big endeavors, and that's why the fundraising that goes on, and I want to thank you two gentlemen, the Red Sox, all of the people who've been behind us, that really helps spur on these clinical trials to help each patient.
Download the WEEI Live app today from your app store. Presented by AT&T, mobilizing your world.
This is Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Mookie Betts takes a crawl strike from Andrees. Last of the second, no score. Mookie with 7-game hit streak, 13 of his last 29. Second in the league in hitting at .321, 29 homers. And he fouls one straight back. He's knocked in 94. Coming to Farm, celebrating the 99-cent any-size coffee. You can win $99,999 if the Red Sox hit a grand slam off the 99th pitch. Enter at CumberlandFarms.com. Cumberland Farms, official coffee of the Red Sox radio network. 0-2, and Mookie pops a foul to the right out of play. It's the leading mulligan game, 56. Total bases with 307. He scored 100 runs, which is second. Third and extra base hits with 68. The list goes on and on. The 0-2 pitch coming from Matt Andrees. And there's a long drive to left. This one is long gone. Out of Fenway Park. Actually, it hit the Selfio sign and came right back. Tremendous home run by Mookie Betts, still on the rise. And the Red Sox lead it 1-0. There's number 30. 95 RBIs. He crushed it.
Well, Mookie now ties Ted Williams and Tony Conigliero's the only Red Sox to hit 30 home runs in a season before turning 24 years of age.
High fastball up and in, kept the hands back, and it shot out quickly. Right at the very top of the Selfio sign. So 1-0 Red Sox. And here's Hanley driving one. That's deep toward the wall in left center. This ball is one hopping the 379 foot marker and Hanley into second with a double. I think the wind knocked that one down. Wind is coming in, but he hit it very well between the center fielder and left fielder, and a one hop to 379.
Yeah, that's a movement on a little bit of slice. When it started off, it was to the left of that home run indicator line, the yellow line right at the 379 mark. Then it ended up on the right of it. It looked like it was going to head for the ledge right next to the flagpole, but the wind knocked it down, and it ended up hitting just below the ledge.
Mookie's home run came on an 0-2 pitch. Oh, was it nailed? Travis Shaw now is hit well against the Rays, down to 245, 14 homers. So runner at second and nobody out. And Travis takes low and away, ball one. Who would have predicted Mookie for 30 home runs at the start of the season?
I don't even think Mookie would have done that.
He says he's not a home run hitter.
I beg to differ.
There's a bounding ball to deep first, grabbed by Miller. That advances Hanley to third. So Shaw gives himself up. One down, runner at third. And Mookie with his first home run on an 0-2 pitch. Xander's hit 4. Why did he crush it? And that was against the wind.
That's the 9th home run that Andres has given up in the month of August.
Well, the infield comes in now. The runner at third and one out for Chris Young, who's hitting .275 with 6 homers. RBI chance here for Chris. Here's the pitch. In tight, ball one. Tomorrow is Bogarts bobblehead night at Fenway for his 15,000. It is Xander Bogarts bobblehead, courtesy of Old Dominion Freight Line. Here's the 1-0. And there's a high foul, first base side of the play. As we complete the Safe Light Auto Glass part of the lineup, Mookie's home run means another $200. Safe Light donates to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Massachusetts. Wind is really coming in. Here's the 1-1, and a ground ball hit the third. Runner coming home is going to be out by a mile. And they went on contact. He was out easily. I mean, the ball was hit 2 feet away from him. 5-3 on the out. Now they cannot score on an out. Let's check in with Mutt.
And the update's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 is going to change the way you experience TV. You can track live scores right on your TV, Joe. Easily switch between games with the Sports app. Top 3 now in Baltimore. No score, Blue Jays and Orioles. Next hour, got the Yankees and the Royals. Be updating you here as well on the Arbella Insurance tote board tonight, Joe. Currently in $985,647, closing in on the $1 million mark. You can donate right now at 877-738-1234. Some great guests throughout the evening with both you and Tim.
All right, thank you, Mutt. The out at home, 5-2. So Young at first on the fielder's choice, and Sandy Leon takes a strike. Sandy, now one of his last 14, had a 9th inning single last night. He's at 349 with 7 homers. One nothing Red Sox out of Mookie Betts homer. Number 30. Sandy batting from the left side. Go to first, and Young back with a hand tag.
Now Mookie 5 RBIs away from 100 if he gets there, and he should. He'll join Jim Rice, Fred Lynn, Ted Williams, and Bobby Doerr, the only Red Sox under the age of 24 to get 100 in the season.
Low and away. $985,647. So we stand on the Arbella Insurance tote board. The 1-1 coming. And Sandy takes low and inside. 877-738-1234 for the Arbella tote board. Okay, Cancer, you can text to 20222 for $25 or go to jimmyfund.org. Andres with a 2-1. Outside, Andres was a college teammate of Joe Kelly at Cal Riverside. Joe's been pitching very well at Pawtucket. We'd expect him back. Rosters expand. Three-1 coming. Fastball in there for a strike. Just amazing to watch the ball jump off Mookie's bat with such ease. It's great bat speed.
Oh, yeah, the bat speed, the quick hands. The strength he develops out of his lower half. And the power in the hips.
So a payoff pitch coming to Sandy. Young will be off and running. Here it is. And a line drive, base hit in the left field. He just served that one out there. Nice easy swing on a changeup. Dickerson gets it back quickly. Red Sox have runners at first and second. And with two men down, here's JBJ. Jackie hitting .273, 21 homers, has knocked in 73. So he's got a chance to pad the lead here. Nothing Red Sox in the second. Young leading at second and Sandy at first. Here's the pitch. And that's in there for a strike. Change up, backing over the inner part of the plate. Andres is ready. Now he backs off. Andres checks the runners, now deals, and Jackie swings and misses at another off-speed pitch.
Jackie talking before the game, saying it doesn't matter where he hits in the order. He said he's never seen a spot in the batting order swing a bat, so he doesn't really seem like he minds hitting ninth or fifth or sixth.
He's behind 0-2. That was a count when Mookie went deep. Andres deals. Low and away with a sinking fastball. Andres has made 10 relief appearances, this being his 14th start. Began the year at Durham, their AAA club. First signed by the Padres. 1-2 pitch. Foul straight back and a high fastball.
J.J. Hardy has homered for the Orioles in the bottom of the third inning, his 8th of the year, giving Baltimore a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays. Be a very interesting couple of days here, Joe, with those two going head-to-head.
Well, it could be a slugfest. Certainly anticipate one. 1-2. Andres deals. That's wide. And the catcher Wilson visits the mound. Andres is laboring a little bit here. Yankees are at Kansas City. The Royals probably got home about 5 a.m. But they were happy with their win last night here. 2-2 pitch, 2 on, 2 out. Here it is. Outside. Well, it was 0-2. Now the string is out. He's missed with a couple of changeups here.
Getting a little bit too much fade on the changeup against the left-hander. He's carried the ball outside the zone.
Mookie's had 9 home runs in the month of August. Runners to go. The 3-2. Outside ball 4. Jackie showing good patience. Takes the walk. So they load it up for Holt to ground it out 4-3. Young to third. Leone to second. Bradley to first. This has not been the Red Sox most favored situation. Bases loaded. Holt with the bases loaded. Has 1 grand slam. Is 1 for 6. As a team, the Red Sox 2-11 with the bases loaded. 148 with 2 out. It's amazing how low that is. The pitch. He watches it right into the mid. Strike 1. Holt takes a lot of first pitch fastballs that look very hittable.
Yeah, you've got a hitter in Brock Holt who oftentimes leaves himself just 1 strike to work with. That's tough with the bases loaded.
Sometimes that first fastball is the best one you see. Especially in this situation with the pressure on the pitcher. The 0-1. High and outside. 41 pitches for Andres. Young at third. Leone at second. Bradley at first.
Holt is 5 for 27 in his career with the bases loaded.
1-1. Up and away. Boy, he's been nibbling. Two and 1 to Holt. Runners ready to go on anything but 2 down. And Andres backs off. As Wilson to go through the signs again. Second inning. 1-0 Red Sox with a chance to break it open. 2-1 coming to Brock. Here it is. And he takes the strike right down the middle. So he's left himself with 1 swing. That was a changeup. Looked very hittable.
Yeah, middle and a little bit up in the zone, but right in the wheelhouse, just above the belt. And he's left him 1 strike. Left himself 1 strike to work with.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 3 on. Andres steals. And a fly ball down the left field line, slice foul and into the seats. Well into the left field stands here. So it remains 2-2 to Brock. The Rays are going with a 6-man rotation. Alex Cobb activated in the roster today. He really has been their best pitcher over the last couple of years, but at Tommy John, he's not been in a big league game since September 2014.
And Kevin Cash saying this afternoon, well, we have 6 starters, we may as well use them all.
They're not going anywhere.
So they will use a 6-man rotation. The Blue Jays using a 6-man rotation and don't have any plans to change that.
Yeah, they're going to bring Sanchez back,
right?
Shown on the side twice in the minor leagues, Dunedin, after they sent him down to preserve his innings. So another conference with the catcher and pitcher and a 2-2 count to Brock Holt. Young, Leone, and Bradley lead away. Here's the pitch. Fastball missing inside, so now you can crank it up. They'll be running.
And they're working Andres' pitch count a little bit better this game so far than they did the last game. He's up to 45 pitches and only threw an inning and 2/3.
He's not been sharp. And Andres ready for the payoff pitch. Young, Leone, and Bradley will be on the move. The 3-2. Foul to the left, out of play. So we'll have to make another pitch. Wind coming in. Clock takes a toe hold. And long at bat. Runner's ready to roll. Here's the 3-2 pitch once again. And Brock swings and grounds one into left field. The base hit. One run scores. Here comes Leon. Throw to the plate by Dickerson, and he's going to be out. Dickerson, a very shallow left, through a strike. Sandy actually almost got hit by that ball as he was running between second and third. He's out as Dickerson made a short but accurate throw, 7-2. So the Red Sox do get a run. 2, including the
hitting right fielder batting from the left side against Porcello. He will take ball 1 as we continue tonight on the WEEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. I'll tell you that between now and the rest of this inning, City of Boston Credit Union has come on board to challenge you to give in support of this year's Radio Telethon. 2-ball, no strike pitch to Franklin. And he swings and hits a ground ball through the shift, knocked down by the glove of Holt, but it rolls out into right field. That's a base hit. So the City of Boston Credit Union will match all gifts made between the first and third inning tonight up to $5,000. You can double your impact right now in the fight against cancer and give now. You can light up the Arbella tote board at 877-738-1234. You can text K-Cancer to 20222 to donate $25 and log on to jimmyfund.org for more information. Joining us right now from the City of Boston Credit Union, Vice President of Marketing is Carla McCarron. Carla, welcome.
Thank you so much for having us. It's our pleasure to be here.
And I'm sure we don't need to tell you how much we appreciate your generosity at the City of Boston Credit Union. Double the donations right now up to $5,000. It's a tremendous give back.
It is phenomenal.
Porcello's pitch to Corey Dickerson, the left fielder, in for a strike. Red Sox leading 2-0. Runner aboard, nobody out. Now, how do your community goals align with the Jimmy Fund and the Red Sox?
I think actually it aligns perfectly because the international motto for credit unions is people helping people, which I really think fits in with Jimmy Fund's goal of fighting cancer.
Here's Rick Stretch and the 0-1 pitch to Dickerson. Left-handed batter takes low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, tell us a little bit about the City of Boston Credit Union. I know you've been there for a while.
So the credit union has, we just celebrated our 100th anniversary last year, so we're moving along for our next century of service to the City of Boston and the surrounding communities.
1 ball and 1 strike to Dickerson. 3 infielders on the right for the Red Sox. Bogarts alone on the left. Pitch swung on and fouled back. Dickerson gave it a good rip. And tell us about why you feel it's important to be involved with the Jimmy Fund and the fight against cancer.
Well, as we all know, cancer has no bias, and it affects so many families that I don't think anybody can really hide from it anymore. My own family has our own people battling and actually enjoying the services from Dana-Farber, which are phenomenal.
Dickerson fouls this pitch off, and it's 1-2. I think it's hard to find a family, unfortunately, that hasn't been affected one way or another by cancer.
It really is. You know, my sister-in-law is battling breast cancer, and it's spread a little bit, but, you know, she's putting up a good fight with their help.
Porcello ready to go, and the 1-2 pitch to Corey Dickerson. And Dickerson fouls it back, and the count remains 1-2. You're from Quincy.
I'm from Quincy, native. It's a great place.
Obviously, a big Red Sox fan. Don't have to guess there. Again, Carla McCarron with us, Vice President of Marketing for the City of Boston Credit Union. And again, the City of Boston Credit Union matching all gifts made until the end of the third inning tonight, up to $5,000. So to make a donation now, your impact will be doubled. The pitch from Porcello to Dickerson is inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. And to make a donation, 877-738-1234. Text K-Cancer to 20222 to donate $25. That's an easy one to do. Do it a few times if you'd like. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and a roller to the right side. Past a diving Shaw out into right field. Around third is the base runner, Franklin. He's into third base. So first and third and nobody out. As the Red Sox run a shift, and Travis Shaw couldn't knock the ball down with a diving attempt. And now the Rays with a threat in the top of the third inning. Back-to-back hits. Franklin and Dickerson. Runners at the corners for the catcher, Bobby Wilson. Now, how long has the City of Boston Credit Union been involved in the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon?
I think in this aspect, probably about 4 or 5 years, but I know long before I even came to the credit union 11 years ago, they were making donations repeatedly every year, back to the 15 years since it started.
Pitch to Wilson outside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. Wilson, a .239 hitter with 5 home runs and 29 runs batted in. 2-0 Red Sox, but 2 on and nobody out in the Rays half of the third inning. A breezy night at Fenway Park as Porcello comes home, and this ball is driven to left field. That's a base hit. And the Rays will get on the board as Franklin walks in to score. It's 2-1. 3 straight hits off of Rick Porcello in the third inning. Runners at first and second, still nobody out. And now the tying run is in scoring position. What's the best part as far as the City of Boston Credit Union is concerned about being involved with the Jimmy Fund?
I think it's just another way that our board of directors look to give back to the community in such an impactful way. As we said earlier, so many people have these fights going on in their family to battle cancer, and if you can help in any way, it really makes sense.
Top of the order, Logan Forsythe. 2 on, nobody out. The pitch outside. 1 ball and no strikes. And visiting with Carla McCarron, Vice President of Marketing at the City of Boston Credit Union. City of Boston Credit Union has offered financial services for the people of Boston and surrounding areas since 1915. Here's the 1-0 from Porcello after checking the runners. And it's lifted in the air behind first base into shallow right field. Long run for Holt. He won't get it. It falls into no man's land for another hit. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. 4 straight singles to start this half of the third inning.
They've been well placed. One was hit very hard, but placement the key.
Here comes Carl Willis, the pitching coach, out for a conversation. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The radio home for Boston Red Sox baseball. This is Sports Radio WEEI Boston, WEEI-FM and HD1 Lawrence, Boston.
Now through Thursday, enjoy juicy whole seedless watermelon or 2.5-pound fresh cut watermelon bowls for just $3.77 each at Shaw's, the official supermarket of the Boston Red Sox Radio Network.
30-second clock was on tonight.
And wasn't on last night. Not that it really matters.
There's no penalty.
What does matter is the bases are loaded and nobody out, and Rick Porcello in trouble here. It's now a 2-1 ball game. And the Rays with Kevin Kiermaier up, the center fielder who struck out looking in the first. And Porcello unbeaten at Fenway Park this year. He's 12-0 here. And the Red Sox are 13-0 in games he has started in this ballpark. He delivers a changeup away for ball 1, 1-0. Well, the runner at third is Dickerson. Wilson at second base. Forsythe at first. The pitch. Swung on a ground ball to first base. Hanley comes home. They will get the force there. The throw a little bit off target. Sandy had to come up the third baseline a step or two, then go back and step on home plate. So they do get the force, and there is one out.
It should have been two.
The bases remain loaded. One out. Kiermaier reaching on a fielder's choice, and Dickerson forced out. 3-2. Wilson takes over at third base. Forsythe at second. And Carla McCarron with us in the booth this half inning from the City of Boston Credit Union on the first night of the WEEI NESN Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. The pitch now to Longoria is hit high in the air to right center field. Drifting over Jackie Bradley Jr. He'll make the catch. Tagging from third is Wilson, and this will tie the game. Advancing from second to third is Forsythe. Runners at the corners, 2 outs, and it's a 2-2 ball game. Well, Carla, we do appreciate your support from the City of Boston Credit Union, and appreciate your support of the Jimmy Fund and Red Sox baseball here on the radio. And hopefully they'll get out of this thing you're looking at down there.
I'm feeling like I brought them some bad luck.
Well, I know when you came up, you sat down, you said, wow, what a view. This is a pretty good view, right?
It's not bad.
Well, we're almost at $1 million. We'll get another update very shortly on the Arbella Tote Board. But, Carla, we thank you again for your support from City of Boston Credit Union.
Thank you again for everything you do.
2 outs, and Brad Miller, the left-handed batter. Check swing, foul ball. Longoria with an RBI. That's his 81st on the sacrifice fly to Jackie at center. Miller, 0-1. That's the count. Stretched by Porcello. Runners off first and third. Rick taking his time, takes a couple of peeks over at third base. Now the pitch swung on, line foul down the third base side for strike 2. Miller hit into an unusual out in the second inning. He lined a ball off Hanley Ramirez's glove. It glanced out to Brock Holt, who was in a shift, playing out in short right field. Holt picked it up. Hanley was able to scramble back to first base, and Holt threw him out. So it was a 3-4-3 out in the scorebook. 0-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up foul back and out of play. Still 0-2. And this year Miller with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, hitting .255. And you can make a donation at 877-738-1234 until the end of the third inning. City of Boston Credit Union will be matching all gifts up to $5,000. So double your impact in the fight against cancer and give now. Pitch is in the dirt, a changeup, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And listening to WEEI today in the Boston area with some of the interviews they have had, starting at 6 a.m. this morning. And we'll do it again tomorrow. Some very compelling stories, amazing stories. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, foul back. Really intrigued to listen. Almost couldn't get out of the car today listening to the interview they had with Craig Sager, the NBA sideline reporter from Turner, who was actually giving the interview from his hospital bed. And he was expecting a bone marrow transplant tomorrow, I believe, or what's today, Monday? I think he said Wednesday, actually, for the bone marrow transplant, but very positive attitude about the whole thing. 1-2. Runner goes towards second base, and Miller fouls it back. So many people in New England and around the country, really, because they're looking for donations from all 50 states. And they usually get them every year. I know we're going to have some from Boston tonight, right, Carla?
I certainly hope so.
Get your hometown of Quincy in the act. There's the 1-2. And Miller waves and misses. He strikes out. Rays get 2 and leave 2. And
Big Y, serving the community for 80 years.
This is Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
We go to the bottom half of the third inning. Xander Bogarts, first ball swinging, pops up, and the third baseman, Evan Longoria, there to make the play. So one pitch and one out for the Red Sox in the bottom of the third inning. 2-2 the score with Joe Castiglione. I'm Tim Everett. And again, we continue with the WEEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. David Ortiz coming up. We're very happy to have in the booth with us Mr. Joseph Aboud. I've got a couple of your jackets
thanks,
at
Tim.
home, and I know that the Nesson guys are outfitted very well.
We've got them covered, yeah.
Joseph Aboud. And I know you've got a presentation for us we're very proud of.
Thank you.
Pitch to David Ortiz, and he looks at a strike on the outside corner.
Joe's a great listener, long-time listener. He used to sit in his driveway.
That's right.
Because he couldn't get the games in the house. Now XM has cured that.
Well, I listen to you on the West Side Highway when I'm trying to get out of Manhattan, so I get to hear you two guys, which is great. It's great in New York to be able to hear both of you. You do such a great job. So happy to be here tonight.
Well, we're very honored, Joe, that you
Thank you,
make
Joe.
that donation in our names.
Thank you.
0-1 pitch to David. He bounces it to first base, and right there is Miller. He grabs it. Well, in my hand, I have a check from Joseph Aboud made out to the Jimmy Fund for $10,000 in honor of Joe and myself, presented in our names, which overwhelmed. Thank you.
Because of what you guys do for all of us New York who live, far away from Fenway. We love listening to you guys, and you make our days tolerable, especially in Yankee territory.
Of course, Joe's a native New Englander.
Yes.
We'll make sure this gets to the right spot.
That's great. Thanks, Tim.
2 outs quickly. Mookie Betts with a home run last time up.
And you had people from your factory in New Bedford up here over the weekend.
And some folks from our New York office, which was a great night. Great with Nesson. And, this is such an amazing park and such an amazing team. So they were partaking in just kind of the glory of being at Fenway. Such a special place.
Joe, between the second and third innings, we went over the $1 million mark.
Congratulations.
$1 million mark today, so we'll be adding $10,000.
It's our pleasure. My pleasure.
That is great. 1-1 pitch. It is knocked up the first base side, just a little bit foul.
Because you're a long-time season ticket holder here.
Yes. Long-time sufferer, but happy in the last 10 years. Redemption has been wonderful, especially if you're a Red Sox fan living in New York. So it's been a wonderful run. This team has really done wonders. And this is an exciting year with all the young players.
Aren't they great?
Yeah, it's so much fun to watch.
Fun to be around.
Yeah.
Of course, you always see us in Yankee Stadium.
That's right.
2 men out and a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch from Andres. And Mookie fouls it back again. Again, Joseph Aboud with us in the booth, making a generous $10,000 donation to the Jimmy Fund. And, of course, the clothing line is outstanding.
Thanks, Tim.
Been very happy with it.
Thank you.
A good friend of mine owns a men's store in Denver. He sells all your stuff. Loves it.
Oh, that's great. Well, the whole thing is about making American men feel good about themselves. We have our factory in New Bedford where we have about 800 people. So we're really proud that we make in Massachusetts. Very special.
Indeed. Of course, you have a store right across from where the Red Sox stay in New York.
Yeah, on Madison 49th. So we hope to see you when you come down.
2-2 to Mookie. And he hits this one in the air toward right field, but it'll be playable for Forsythe. He will make the catch for the third out. Joseph Aboud, a $10,000 donation here in the booth.
This is of Yankee Doodles iced cupcakes today.
Dennis and Callahan, weekday morning 6 to 10 on WEEI.
Well, Matt Duffy, the shortstop of the Rays, first ball swinging, pops it up to Bogarts. So a very quick out on a changeup by Rick Porcello. At 2-2 games, we head to the top of the fourth inning with Joe Castiglione. I'm Tim Everett. And thanks again to Joseph Aboud, who just left us a very generous $10,000 check he gave to us for the Jimmy Fund. And very pleased to have with us in the booth right now Alyssa Escobar from Somerville. Ball Square or Teal Square? Or?
I'm right near Magoon and Ball, kind of right between there.
Right near there. Logan Morrison, the batter, and he takes a strike, 0-1. Hodgkin's lymphoma, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, and you've had a very good outlook with music.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed getting to use music while I was at the Dana-Farber to kind of brighten my days up and help distract me on some of the harder days.
1 ball, 1 strike to Morrison. He brightened up a packed house at Fenway earlier today with a great rendition of the national anthem. You got to sing it tonight.
I was so honored to have the privilege to be able to sing the national anthem here and to be a part of the Jimmy Fund Telethon.
And Jimmy Fund has a program that helps with music.
Yes, so they have the Zakem Center at the Dana-Farber has all these incredible different aspects that are really great, including yoga and dance and also music. So for me, because I've been an art teacher and I've done art my whole life, that was a really important thing to be able to do while I was there.
3 balls and a strike to Morrison, 1 out, nobody on. A 2-2 ball game. Porcello winds in the pitch, and Morrison fouls it back. Again, Hodgkin's lymphoma, but you completed your chemotherapy treatments in May, and you got good news.
Yes, I did, and I'm so happy and so grateful for that. That I am doing well now, and I went in for my 3-month checkup and continue to do well.
Cancer-free.
Cancer-free, and I'm just grateful every day.
3-2 the count to Morrison. And Porcello out of the line, the pitch. And Morrison rips it to right, but on a hop. Brock Holt fields it on the outfield grass. He was in the shift, and he throws to first base, 2 men out. Again, 877-738-1234 is the number. Light up the Arbella tote board right now. There are a couple of phone lines open and available for you. So, again, number of ways to donate. And between the second and third inning tonight, Alyssa, we went over the $1 million mark in donations.
Wow.
And counting.
So incredible and wonderful for such an amazing institution.
Here is the pitch now to Nick Franklin with 2 down. And left-handed hitter takes up high.
You back teaching?
I am now going to be directing some shows for kids in the Boston area, and also I do some counseling. So I'm going to be working with kids doing counseling as well.
Wonderful. That is terrific. And the attitude, I guess, going through it, was it easy to stay positive?
I was really grateful to my family and my friends who I dance and I sing and I do all those things. So that all those communities came out to really support me and help me out. And then also any time of the day, there's always something happening at Dana-Farber. So if I could find my way over there, I knew that there'd be warm faces to be with me.
Nick Franklin takes a swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Base is empty. Again with us, Alyssa Escobar. No relation to the Kansas City Royals shortstop Alcides Escobar, though, right?
No relation.
Just here last night. 2-2 pitch. Inside corner, called strike 3. Alyssa, we're so happy that we got to hear you sing tonight, first of all, and mostly that you're now cancer-free.
By AT&T, mobilizing your world.
This is 93.7 WEEI.
Hanley Ramirez will lead off the bottom half of the 4th inning in a 2-2 ball game. He takes a pitch outside, ball 1. Northeast Electrical Distributors has stepped up to the plate and is generously matching all gifts made between the 4th and 6th inning up to $5,000. Are you ready to strike out cancer and see your gift go twice as far? And please call 877-738-1234 now, or go online to jimmyfund.org and your gift will be matched. 2 balls and no strikes to Hanley Ramirez. Had a double first time up in the 2nd inning. Andres on the line of the pitch, and that's outside, 3-0. Three balls and no strikes. I'll try to get you another update on the tote board very shortly. 3-0 pitch, and that's in there for a strike call to Hanley. 3-1 to Ramirez. Hanley hitting .276, 17 homers, 78 runs batted in. Andres working from the first base side of the rubber, out of the stretch. Now the pitch And Hanley bounces one toward the whole left side. That's through past the diving Duffy into left field, a base hit. And Hanley Ramirez is 2 for 2. The leadoff man aboard. Go-ahead run is at first base. 1 on, nobody out for Travis Shaw. Shaw bounced out to Brad Miller at first base in the second inning. Now with an Xfinity X1 scoreboard update, let's check in with Mutt.
Tim, thanks. Another night, another home run for Josh Donaldson, his 34th of the season. Blue Jays have a 2-1 lead on the Orioles now, bottom 5 in Baltimore. Just underway in Kansas City, no score between the Royals and the Yankees.
And reach the stretch. Ramirez very short lead at first. The pitch. That's outside for a ball, 1-0.
And the update brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Want an easy way to see if you could save on your car insurance? Geico gives you 3 at 1-800-947-AUTO, online at geico.com, or you can stop by the Geico office near you. 3 ways you could save 15% or more. Tip?
Thanks, Mutt. Throw to first base. Hanley gets back. 1-0 to Travis Shaw. Shaw 244, trying to hit his way out of some inconsistencies, and he drives one to the gap in right center field toward the bullpen. It bounces off the track and goes over the bullpen for a ground rule double. Travis Shaw with his 30th double of the season, his 101st hit. And the Red Sox have started the bottom of the 4th with back-to-back hits and now have set up shop with runners at second and third and nobody out for Chris Young.
Kiermaier's trying to decoy there. Looks sort of silly. Had no chance.
You wonder why that is sometimes. Well, Jim Hickey, the pitching coach, will march out from the third base dugout to talk to Andres. Red Sox have the go-ahead run at third and an insurance run at second base. Fans this summer pump up the fun with Irving Oil's $5 million giveaway. Collect to win $100,000. Instantly win $5,000. Or play online to win $25,000. Get your game ticket today. Visit irvingfun.com for details. So the meeting broken up. The clock has expired. And now Jim Hickey will head back to the third base dugout. All the infielders back to their respective positions. Ramirez a leadoff base hit. Shaw follow-up double. Now Chris Young, who reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run in the second inning, coming to the plate right now. Young waiting at the plate. Red Sox right-handed hitting left fielder. The pitch. Swings and misses at a changeup. Just a little out in front of it. And it's 0-1. Rays coming off a series against Houston where they lost 2 of 3. Red Sox and Rays last week splitting a 4-gamer in Tampa. Pitch swung on and fisted foul back to the screen. Count 0-2. Don't forget to stay tuned for the Sunoco postgame show. Sunoco, save 5 cents on every gallon instantly with your Sunoco Rewards credit card. Hanley at third, Travis at second base, getting a lead. Forsythe, the second baseman, shading the bag, and Miller well off the line at first. Stretched by Andres in the pitch, and Young lets it go. It's in the dirt, 1-2. Again, for your donation during the 4th through 6th innings, Northeast Electrical Distributors matching all gifts up to $5,000. So you can double the impact there. 877-738-1234. Call now. One-two to Young. That's up and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Red Sox season ticket holders experience the best seats, price, and benefits Fenway has to offer, including potential 2016 postseason opportunities. For more information, redsox.com/season tickets or call 877-RED-SOX-9. Andres looking in for side. He's got the one he wants. He comes set. Runners off second and third. The 2-2. Swung on and chopped foul. Third base side. Another packed house here tonight. Red Sox have sold out their last 22 home games. Make it 23 tonight. So the string started on the 6th of July of consecutive sellouts. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Chris Young. Left fielder Dickerson playing shallow, and Young takes the ball outside low. Mostly low. Drake's Cakes would like to remind you to take a Drake's break and enjoy one of your favorite Drake's Cakes this baseball season. Yankee Doodles from Drake's are back as Yankee Doodles iced cupcakes. They've got the same great taste with a fun new look, so listen to your craving and grab some today. Nobody out. Bottom of the 4th. 2-2 the score. Red Sox threatening, and the payoff pitch to Chris Young. He swings it and rips it off the glove of Longoria down into the left field corner. Hanley scores around third. Travis Shaw, he will score. And into second base is Chris Young, and the Red Sox lead it 4-2.
Longoria surprised himself when he didn't catch it. It went right through the webbing of his glove.
Oh, that ball was smashed down to third. I mean, absolutely crushed. As you got a changeup that hung right down the middle. And Longoria stunned at that, but Dickerson didn't cut the ball off. He let it go to the wall. And it looked like he could have cut the ball off, but for some reason he didn't. And Young into second base with a double. And 2 runs batted in. So that's 3 straight hits off Andres this inning. And 2 runs in, another runner in scoring position for Sandy Leon. Sandy's 1 for 1. Sandy jumps to get out of the way of an inside pitch. Blue Jays have tacked on another run. Jose Bautista with a solo homer. The home runs responsible for all the runs in the game between the Blue Jays and Orioles. It's 3-1 Toronto. Top of the 6th. 1-0 to Sandy Leon. Chris Young leads at first. Still nobody out. Pitch to Sandy. Breaking ball in for a strike. Red Sox and Rays play game 2 of the series tomorrow night. Drew Pomeranz and Jake Odorizzi, the pitching matchup. Red Sox need to make some hay in the next few days as they're playing the last place Rays here. They'll go out west to take on the Oakland Athletics. And a foul ball wide of first base. The Athletics are 19.5 out in the West. Just a game better than the Angels right now.
The Toronto series shapes up big, and fans are really excited there. They're getting over 45,000 day after day.
Oh, it's crazy in Canada right now about the Blue Jays. So it'll be Oakland, San Diego, and then on to Toronto. Next road trip. 1-2 to Sandy Leon. The pitch swung on in the dirt. He strikes out. And Sandy is one of those players that just doesn't run to first base. We've seen him with several drop third strikes with first base open. He just doesn't run. So that's 1 out.
Saw the ball bounce in front of the plate.
There's Jackie Bradley Jr. He walked in the second inning to load the bases. Andres against the Red Sox on Wednesday. Got through 6 innings. Ended up with a no decision. Stretch check of the runner at second. Pitch is high ball 1. His last 13 appearances, he's 0-5. Red Sox looking to add to that tonight. They now have taken a 4-2 lead in the 4th inning. Jackie waits from the left side. 273 hitter. One out, runner at second. The pitch on the outside edge of the plate for a called strike. That was just about knee high. 1 ball, 1 strike. I think the location of that last pitch is what you'd call a pitcher's pitch. Right on the black of the plate at the kneecaps, and the pitch fouled back to the screen. 1-2. I'm glad you're tuned in tonight, no matter where you happen to be. And tonight is night number 1 of the WEEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. Appreciate your donations. We've got some more guests and stories to tell you during the course of the broadcast tonight. 1-2. Jackie leans back on a pitch inside. 2-2. And we've got some very generous folks coming up to the booth as well. I'll clue you in on a pretty sizable donation coming up here in a little bit. I'll also update you on the tote board here pretty soon. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Andres. Swung on and missed. A ball in the dirt. Jackie takes off for first. The throw down. And he is out. Strikeout 2-3 the put out. 2 men out. And back to the top of the order and Brock Holt. So here is Holt, 1 for 2. Came up with a 2-out RBI single in the second inning. But Sandy Leon, trying to score from second base on Holt's base hit, was thrown out, and that ended the inning. Well, we update you on the tote board. $1,051,346 been raised so far to this point today, and more on the way. 1 ball and no strikes. Curveball missed from Andres to Brock Holt. Holt hitting .253, sitting in for Dustin Pedroia at second base, missing his second straight game. 1-0. Check swing roller down the third base side. Pedroia was to rejoin the club here tonight. I asked John Farrell earlier, when he gets here, would he be available? Just said we'll see how he is when he gets here. Dustin been away attending a family funeral. Condolences to Dustin and his family and relatives. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Holt takes on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just took a quick look down at the dugout. He's not there right now. 82 pitches for Andres. Chris Young, the runner at second base. 2 men out. Andres comes set with a high set. Now the right-hander's 1-2. And this one is lofted into right center field. A base hit. Young around third. He will score. Holt around first, on his way to second, sliding in well ahead of the throw. A 2-out RBI base hit for Brock Holt. And the Red Sox lead it 5-2. It is his 13th double of the year. And the Red Sox with a 3-run fourth. Second time in as many at bats for Brock that he has come up with a 2-out RBI. Xander Bogarts with a runner in scoring position. Should we say Sir Xander Bogarts? Back in 2011, he was knighted. His home country of Aruba, which is pitch. That's low, which is under Dutch rule. It's not like he gets to carry around a sword or anything, but what it does mean is that when there are special royal functions, he gets to go. 1-0 pitch. That's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Xander this afternoon is giving an interview at the Dale and Holly and Thornton show on WEEI from the WEEI booth. And very interesting. Talked about the 4 languages he speaks fluently and how he speaks English as his #1 language, but speaks more of a different kind of English, he said, but he has to think sometimes to answer the questions in American English. And he said he was going to add a 5th language at one time, French. He started to take it and dropped it.
He said Dutch is the most difficult.
Oh, it's got to be. Holt with the lead at second base, and Xander pops this one up on the right side. Miller, the first baseman, drifting into foul ground. Wins, got it. It's over by the tarp. He bangs into the tarp as he makes the catch. And that does it for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 4th inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, a man left, no errors. And after 4 full at Fenway Park, it's the Red Sox 5, Tampa Bay.
3rd inning. Left-hand batter facing Rick with a shift on. And the pitch, a swinging strike. And we welcome from Northeast Electrical Distributors, one of the premier electrical supply houses in New England with over 30 locations. Its president, Von Block. Nothing in 1 to count to Dickerson. And the pitch is swung on, ripped down the right field line. Fair ball hitting on the track, hopping in and out of the seats. That's a ground rule double. Hard hit ball. Great to see you, Don.
Great to see you too, Joe.
And you're through the 6th inning, going to match donations of up to $5 grand.
Absolutely. We're very aggressive about that. A beautiful night out here.
Nice view, huh?
Oh.
Yes, indeed. Here's Bobby Wilson, who singled to left his first time up to drive in a run. Your company's so civic-minded. What you do for the Jimmy Fund, the pitch. Check swing on a breaking ball. He did not go. Tell us about Project Green Lights.
Well, Joe, Project Green Lights is probably the best kept secret in New England because we donate a $50,000 award to any K through 12 public school in any one of the 6 New England states to upgrade their lighting.
1-0 pitch inside.
And to make it more efficient, all they have to do is go to projectgreenlights.com and we'll pick a lucky winner. They'll get a free lighting audit, installation, and energy efficient lighting, LED, etc.
That's for the entire school buildings?
Yep, everything up to $50,000, Joe.
2-0 pitch, foul to the backstop. You've been doing that for a little while now.
This is our 8th year in a row. In 2015, the winner was the Brockton Middle School West, and in 2014, Sanford High School in Sanford, Maine.
And those are the main school buildings?
Yes, sir.
2-1 the count to Wilson. Dickerson with the leadoff double at second. 6 hits off. Porcelli ground ball to short. Xander charges and fires to first. He had time. Runner took off. And Xander go to his right and did not have a play on Dickerson. So 6-3 on the out.
So if folks would go to projectgreenlights.com, they can see all the rules and apply to get their school upgraded.
Excellent. 1 down, and here is Forsythe for twice his single to right. Last time driving in a run. You've been involved with the Jimmy Fund for quite a while now.
Yes, all of our associates are really engaged with the Jimmy Fund and with cancer research.
Fastball in there for a strike.
And, you know, cancer has touched us all in one way or another. I want to mention the Delaney family, who has 3 members of their family. I want to wish a speedy recovery to Mike, Ellen, and Bob, who are both affected by cancer.
My thoughts and prayers are with them. 0-1 is taken high.
You know, my dad was treated several years ago at Dana-Farber, and I'll never forget the great care and treatment he got. He had stage 4 cancer before he went there, and they really helped him out before the end of his cancer treatments.
1-1 is inside and low. Well, that's so many stories like that, but still others that want to end up that way.
That's right. I want to shout out to Waverly as well.
2-1 the count. With a runner at third, infield back, and that runs inside. Well, we passed the million mark, $1,051,346 right now. And again, you head to the sixth inning, and Don and Northeast Electric Distributors will match up to $5,000. There's a high pop-up. This won't get a run home. Hanley moving into foul ground near the tarp. The wind has it, and he can't get it. Well, that's an out easily without the wind.
Yeah, we saw the wind carry the other one that Bogarts had hit at the end of the fourth inning. It carried it over near there, but Miller was still able to catch up to it. But this one too far into the seats for Hanley.
Red Hot Kansas City Royals get 3 in the first off Michael Pineda, lead the Yankees 3-0. Watch out for Kansas City. They're on fire. 3-2 pitch coming. And a ground ball up the middle. Bogarts flags it, whirls, throws. What a play. Got him. No, he's safe. Oh, he called him safe. Oh, let's see if we see that one again. A run scores, and it's 5-3. First base umpire, David Demuth, gave the safe sign. Xander was behind second base and whirled around, did a spin move, and the Red Sox want to see it right away.
It didn't take John Farrell long to make the indication to the crew chief, Dan and Demuth, that they want to challenge this call. But what a play by Bogarts. It looked like he got the ball there in plenty of time.
Oh, he's out.
This call is going to go the other way. It's going to go in favor of the Red Sox.
I called it that way with a naked eye because it looked pretty obvious. And what a spin move by Xander. And he bounced it on one hop intentionally. It shouldn't take long.
John, you like that play a little bit?
Oh, gosh. He was out by half a step.
Well, a run scores, but they'll take the out. That set's still on. Forsythe still standing at first base.
Boy, has he matured as a fielder the last few years, hasn't he, Joe?
He's really improved. I've never seen a guy improve his range as much as Xander did before last season. Now the headsets come off. He's out. Well, an RBI is 42nd, 5-3. Red Sox, but they're a two-man down. What a great play by Xander. Went a long way and lunged for it, grabbed it, kept his balance. And threw a perfect one-hop strike to Hanley. Kiermaier skips rope on ball one. So fans have another inning and a half. And you'll match up to $5,000 for Northeast Electric Distributors. 1-0. Popped up third base side. This is playable for Shaw. And he makes the catch to retire the side. Non-block from Northeast Electric will just out to first. Andres delivers. And a foul pop straight back out of play. 5 runs, 8 hits for the Red Sox. 3 runs, 6 hits for the Rays. Andres still out there. He's throwing 87 pitches. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that dips low, bounces around the batter's box. So the call overturned. I think DeMuth might have known he blew it right away. Here's the 1-1, and that's low. Oh, he called a strike. Ooh, and Ortiz looks back and shakes his head at Mike Estabrook. David knows that strike zone very well.
And that pitch did look down.
So it's 1-2. Andres delivers. Fastball riding up and away. (877-738-1234) the number to contribute to the Jimmy Fund. They have right-handed action in their pen. David grounds one, foul. the Red Sox dugout. Two balls, two strikes. He took Andres deep down at Tampa Bay. The pitch, foul back and out of play off the press box.
Had a really good pitch there, and he did not connect. He would love to see that last pitch again. I'll bet you he doesn't miss it the next time.
2-2. One home run of the game, that by Mookie, number 30. David grounds one foul, comes up and hits the bat a second time. So Mookie is one behind Poppy. It's 93 pitches. Our contestant in the 99 pitch contest is Ken Kubin. If the Red Sox hit a grand slam off the 99 pitch, Ken wins $99,999. 2-2. There's a drive deep left center field, back by the wall, and it won't get out. It's near the Jimmy Fund sign, bounces away from the center fielder, backed up by Dickerson, and it's a stand-up double. Number 42 for Ortiz in the doubles column.
Career double number 518 for David.
And there was a slider down and away. He drilled it. Without the wind, that's a home run. Hit just to the right of the Jimmy Fund logo, which is very fitting. And here comes Mookie now. Homeward on an 0-2 pitch. Off the top of the billboard in left field. Number 30 in the second, then he popped the second. So Poppy with a wall ball. 40, 2-2 baggers. And really, he would have, I think, 15 more with legs. Blowing away ball one. He'd be challenging the record for doubles if he had the good feet. He's hit the wall now 11 times at Fenway this year. 5-9-0 now for the Red Sox, trying to pad the lead. Andres deals. And there's a line drive. This is going to be extra bases. It bounces off the base of the wall in left. Mookie puts on the brakes. Now he continues on. Dive safe. And Ortiz scores. 6-3 Red Sox. Mookie hit it off the base of the wall under the CVS side. A bullet. And he was going to stop, and Dickerson didn't come up with it right away, so he took off. Let's see how they score it. And it's 6-3 Red Sox. And Kevin Cash coming out of the dugout. That's going to do it for Andres, who gets hammered tonight. 6-3 Red Sox. And our call to the bullpen coming your way on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Jerry Remy. When your windshield needs to be repaired or replaced, think Safe Light Auto Glass, the largest and most advanced auto glass company in New England with over 350 mobile glass shops and locations to serve you better. Safe Light uses their exclusive True Seal technology for a guaranteed perfect.
And give him 6 more total bases, so 313. Here's Hanley. He takes one right down the middle, a call strike. So Andres hammered for 10 hits. So far 6 runs, and he's responsible for Mookie. Farquhar in 19 games, no decisions, a 4.87 ERA. And the pitch is swung on, hit in the air to center, deep toward the triangle. Kiermaier going back. It's up into the wind, and he makes the catch out by the Red Sox bullpen. Mookie tags and moves to third easily. A long fly out. And with 1 out, they'll likely bring the infield in for Travis Shaw, who's grounded to first and ripped the gap shot double to right center and scored a run. Mookie betcha, look at his numbers. 35 doubles, 5 triples, 30 homers, 96 RBIs. 178 hits. So far, 101 runs scored. He's at third now with the infield in. Farquhar deals, and a ground ball by the mound. He goes off the glove of the second baseman and rolls softly into right center. Mookie scores, and the Red Sox lead at 7-3.
Kind of an odd bounce for Logan Forsythe to handle.
Well, the pitcher touched it, and that altered the direction. He scored a hit. So an RBI for Travis, his 61st. And that closes the book on Andriese. 7 runs, 10 hits. Here's Chris Young, who bounced into a fielder's choice and then ripped a 2-run double right through the glove of Longoria. And the pitch is a breaking ball in for a strike. Still only 1 out. Farquhar, former Mariner, misses inside. Has also pitched for Toronto and in the Yankee system. And Seattle. 7 runs, 11 hits for the Red Sox. And the pitch, low. Roadhead brought to you by the Maine Office of Tourism. Discovering your Maine thing begins to visit Maine.com. Red Sox head to Oakland for a weekend series. Check out handcraft products. Local artists at the 15th Annual Fall Festival of Arts and Crafts in Manchester, September 10th. Visit Maine.com. Follow to the backstop. The Red Sox making the most of their hits tonight. 7 runs, 11 hits. And the pitch is grounded hard and foul, kicking off the barrier by the third base dugout. Mookie's got his 57th multiple hit games, and as we said, 313 total bases. And he scored twice, so it's 102 runs scored. Swinging strike, down goes Young. We take 10 seconds on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Sports Radio 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1 Lawrence, Boston.
2 down for Sandy Leon, who singled to left and struck out. It's extra 10-5 against AL East teams July and August. Porcello on the verge of being an 18-game winner. There's a ground ball, 1 hop to first. Miller steps on the bag. That's that. But the Red Sox come up with 2 more after 5. 7-3 Boston on the Shaw's WEEI. Porcello facing Longoria is grounded out 4-3 and hit a sac fly. And he takes outside ball 1. Rick has allowed 3 runs on 6 hits. And he has a 7-3 lead. The pitch. Here's a call strike. Next pitch will be number 80 for Rick. He's already beaten the Rays 3 times this year. And the pitch on its way. Down he goes. Up and in. This is their last series at Fenway, but the Red Sox have another series at the Trop. Two balls and a strike to Evan Longoria. Here it is. And a foul back this way to our right. Right into Dave Wills and Andy Freed in the Tampa Bay booth. Neither one caught it. They let it bounce. Tim's offering his glove, but it's too late. Two-two pitch. And a hard shot to short, grabbed by Bogarts. Sets, throws, gets him. Now through Thursday, savings on cool treats like Ben and Jerry's ice cream, good humor, and Klondike novelties, Breyer's ice cream, Magnum bars, and more. Buy 2, get 2 free at Shaw's, official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Brad Miller's grounded out 3-4-3 and then struck out. Left-hand batter against the right-hand pitcher, and he takes a breaking ball for a call strike. Lou Pomerantz goes tomorrow against Jake Odorizzi. Swinging strike at another breaking ball. Blue Jays 3, Orioles 1, bottom of the 8th at Camden Yards. The pitch bounces in. Appeal on a check swing. It didn't go. Marco Estrada pitching well. He's been hammered his last few times out, but he's pitching to beauty for Toronto. 7 innings, a run, 4 hits. Wade Miley on the hook for Baltimore. That bounces off the shin guard of Leon. 2-2. And with the Sunoco postgame show coming up, Sunoco, save 5 cents on every gallon instantly with your Sunoco Rewards credit card. The 2-2. Strike 3 call. Fastball backed over the inside corner. Great movement. 4 strikeouts and no walks for Porcello. So with 2 down, it's Mike Duffy who lined to first and popped to short. Duffy, the former Giant, takes a call strike. Two out, bases empty. Pitch. It's wide. 1-1. Red Sox will have Bradley, Holt, and Bogarts due tomorrow. Or in the bottom of the 6th, I should say. Foul to the right, out of play. Seven runs, 11 hits for the Red Sox. 3 runs, 6 hits for the Rays. Porcello seeking his 18th win. So 90 pitches. So he may have a shot to go through 7. And there's a swinging strike. That retires the side. His 5th punch out after 5. Jackie walked and struck out. And the pitch from Farquhar is in there for a call strike. Right-hander deals, and that bounces in. One ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch and a swinging strike. Jackie's going to be taking 80 Red Sox scholars back to school shopping at Target at Fenway tomorrow. Scholars range in age from rising 7th graders to college-bound high school seniors. Each student gets a new backpack with pre-packed school supplies. And a swinging strike and a pitch in the dirt picked up by the catcher Wilson, who throws him out.
It's a big store.
Jackie's the player captain for the Red Sox Scholars Program, which provides Boston Public School students with $10,000 college scholarships and access to mentoring and other after-school enrichment. Jackie's bride, Erin, is an administrator for the program, part of the selection committee. One down for Brock Holt, who's had a good night. A 4-3 ground out. RBI single to left, RBI double to right center, and he takes a strike. Batting in the leadoff spot. Dustin Pedroia should be in the lineup tomorrow. And a foul line to the left out of play. T-Mobile got Red Sox fans covered. Now they're giving away tickets to Fenway's Green Monster. Get to a T-Mobile to enter for your chance to win. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Standard data and message rate supply. The 0-1 pitch coming to Brock. And he watches one dip low and away. Red Sox got 2 in the second, 1 on a Mookie home run. They tied it with 2 in the third. Boston with 3 in the fourth. They got 1 in the fifth, and the Red Sox 2 in the fifth. That's up and in, bends him back right under the chin. 2 balls and a strike. Farquhar works. And a chopper hit weakly, right side of the mound, grabbed by the pitcher, underhands to first. Miller with a putout. So that is the second out here in the sixth. And here's Xander, who struck out, fouled to third, and fouled to first. Last report, $1,051,346 and going up. 877-738-1234 for the Arbella Insurance Tote Board. You can text K-Cancer to 20222 to donate $25. Xander takes a breaking ball inside, ball 1.
I remember as a kid, first time coming to Fenway Park, seeing the Jimmy Fund sign that was on the corner of Yawkey Way and Brookline Ave.
There's a drive to left field. But it's going to hang up. Wind knocks it down and caught by Dickerson well in front of the track, where the out that retires the side. Yeah, I think so many.
We go to the seventh inning. Red Sox with a 7-3 lead. Porcello facing Logan Morrison. The first pitch swung on, and that's wide of first base for a foul ball. We have an update to the Arbella Insurance Tote Board. $1,110,037 has been raised so far tonight. The WEEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, and we're very pleased to have with us from Wind River Environmental. He was going to deliver the starting lineups himself tonight, but got here in the seventh inning. Morrison fouls us away. CEO John O'Connell. John, thank you for joining us.
Tim, it's great to be here. Joe, good to see you again.
We love the work you do. People were at my house last week pumping our septic. Wind River Environmental do a great job.
Well, thank you very much for the business.
And I know that your generosity is certainly helping the Jimmy Fund, and you've been involved in this for quite some time. 0-2 pitch is fouled into the glove of Sandy Leon for strike 3, 1 out.
Well, Tim, we have team members from Maine to South Carolina that donated this year, and we did a GoFundMe campaign, and we're pleased to present $20,422 on behalf of our team.
$20,422. Wow. Thank you very much. That is a sizable donation. Thank you very much.
Outstanding.
So $20,422 donated from Wind River Environmental. And pitch is up high for a ball to Nick Franklin. It's outstanding. Tell us, I know Joe knows all about Wind River Environmental because he's talked about you to me off the air. 1-0 pitch, swung on, foul back.
Well, Joe's familiar with our residential business, but we have a whole commercial side of the business as well. We service restaurants, supermarkets, hotels, grease, drain cleaning, plumbing, a wide array of services. And in addition to that, what may be most interesting about us is we produce energy from the waste in Pennsylvania, and we produce high nutrient value topsoil from a composting facility in North Carolina.
Franklin pops this one up left side of the infield. Only infielder over there is Xander Bogarts. Travis Shaw comes over to help him out, but Bogarts will make the catch, and they're a 2-man down. I know the last couple of years you've been sponsoring the starting lineups, and lucky I get to say those every night. Brought to you by Wind River Environmental. Very happy to do that.
We've been thrilled with our association with both EEI and the Red Sox.
You've been a big Red Sox fan for a while, haven't you?
I've been a season ticket holder since 1987.
That's a while.
That's a while. Including times when I lived out of town. I maintained those tickets. Been a huge fan forever.
Your company's based on the South Shore?
Yeah, we're based in Hudson, Mass. And we operate out of 23 locations. Northernmost is Randolph, Vermont. And the southernmost is in one of the suburbs of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Here's a strike to Corey Dickerson, the left fielder. Dickerson tonight is 2 for 2, a single in the third inning, and a ground rule double and a run scored in the fifth. And Porcello, 98 pitches. This will be his 99th. 2 outs, bases empty in the 0-1. And a swing and a miss. Why is it important for Wind River to be so involved with the Jimmy Fund at Dana-Farber?
Well, particularly when we cross geographic areas, no matter what sports team you root for, everybody can work on the same team when it comes to fighting cancer. And I don't know a single person that has not had cancer in their family. So it's very easy for us to get behind, and I was thrilled to have everybody throughout the company support this New England-based charity.
No balls and 2 strikes. And the 0-2. That's in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, that's quite a donation. Again, $20,422 tonight. That's certainly going to go to good use. Goes to patient care at Dana-Farber. And what Joe and I were talking about, too, is when I was a kid, and so many kids had this experience, the first time at Fenway Park. Of course, they see the Red Sox sign on the corner of Yankee Way and Brookline Ave, but the Jimmy Fund sign, too. And really never changed. And you knew there was a long-time association. You knew about the Jimmy Fund as soon as you knew about the Red Sox.
Absolutely.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Corey Dickerson. Where are your seats, by the way?
Section 26 in the grandstand.
All right. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from Leon. He'll pick it up, throw down to first. Strikeout 2-3, the put out. John O'Connell, CEO of Wind River Environmental, with just 3 batters. We're going to give up a base hit in the first inning to Logan Forsythe, but Forsythe was caught stealing, and then the next pitch he struck out Kevin Kiermaier looking. So here's 7 for Clay, for Porcello, very good. Clay Buchholz loosening up in the Red Sox bullpen. He would have the 8th inning. Meantime, Brad Boxberger will get the call for Tampa Bay. Boxberger will be the 3rd pitcher used by Kevin Cash tonight. Farquhar went 2 innings, gave up a hit, no runs. He struck out 2. And here is Brad Boxberger. Pretty effective out of their bullpen. And David Ortiz will lead off as we start the bottom half of the 7th. Again, you can light up the Arbella tote board. Folks are standing by to take your calls right now at 877-738-1234. You can text K-Cancer to 20222 to donate $25. That's real easy to do. And for more information, log on to jimmyfund.org. You can make donations there. Here's the pitch from Boxberger to Big Papi. That's a late strike call on the inside corner for strike 1. 0-1 to David. Ortiz doubled and scored in the 5th. He's 1 for 3 tonight. The 0-1. David swings and pops it up. Right side and foul ground. First baseman Miller with the wind taking it. He's on top of the rain tarp and makes the catch. 1 man out. Top of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th, beg your pardon. Mookie Betts the batter. David 1 for 4. And Betts with another multiple hit game tonight. A home run, a double. He's got 2 RBIs. 96 on the season. Mookie has scored twice. Boxberger out of the stretch. Kicks and delivers. Mookie takes a strike. Follow Red Sox baseball live with the MLB.com at-bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at-bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet. Ground ball to first. Miller underhand toss to Boxberger. And Betts is out 3-1. 2 gone quickly for Hanley Ramirez. Hanley's hit the ball well 3 times tonight. So 2 for 3 to show for it. The last time up in the 5th, he hit one into the triangle that was caught by Kevin Kiermaier. Other than that, he has doubled and singled and scored a run. Ramirez at 277, 17 homers, 78 runs batted in. As Boxberger set to go, he winds and fires. It's outside ball 1. Tomorrow night, game 2, 6:25. We're on the air with the pregame show from Fenway Park. 7:10, the first pitch. Left-hander Drew Pomerantz will go against right-hander Jake Odorizzi. Pitch to Hanley outside. Pomerantz 2 and 3, Odorizzi 9 and 5. So Pomerantz taking batting practice again yesterday. The pitchers are out taking BP, the guys they expect to hit during the San Diego series. David Price was one. The Red Sox pitchers will have to hit in that National League series on the next road trip. 3 balls and no strikes to Ramirez. Koji Uehara threw today off the game mound of hitters. It was live action and everything came out okay. Talked to John Farrell right after that, and he was out watching Koji pitch. There's ball 4 low. 2-out walk issued to Hanley Ramirez. Travis Shaw coming up. But for Koji, he could return. He'll have one more bullpen over the weekend, and it looks like he could return as soon as Monday, a week from today. He could be activated. It really is not going to be any rehab situation for him. The end of the minor league season will be Monday anyway, a week from today. And at age 41, a veteran pitcher really doesn't have to go. A player doesn't have to take a rehab assignment. They just do. It's in their best interest most of the time. But there have been players that have turned him down in the past. They don't have to go. But Koji will be activated perhaps sometime within a week or so. Rosters will expand, so no roster movement need to be made. Swing and a miss on a ball down low by Shaw. Slider, and it's 0-1. And as we get close to that September 1st date, start hearing more and more what the plans will be for the Red Sox, who they may bring up. Probably looking for somebody who can be a pinch runner. It's an important position down the stretch, believe it or not. Breaking ball in for a strike. Especially when you have a guy like David Ortiz. Get up there, hit a double, late innings. Then you put a burner out there for him at second base, trying to get a run home. 0-2 pitch. Inside to Travis. 1 ball and 2 strikes. See what the pitching plan is. Catching plan is. Usually he'll have a couple of catchers around. One and 2 the count. And Shaw rips it on the ground between first and second. Forsythe, a diving attempt. He's not going to get it. That's another base hit for Travis Shaw. 3-hit night for Shaw. And that is good to see for the Red Sox. And Travis Shaw connecting 3 or 4 times. 2 singles, a double, and a run batted in tonight. Now the Sox with runners at first and second and 2 men out.
They needed this.
What do you think of the 40-man roster in September, Joe?
Well, I don't think it's right that you play with one set of rules all year and then expand.
Pitch to Chris Young. He will take a ball low.
I like the idea of having maybe 29 during the season, and the 4 starters who are not pitching or inactive. That makes a lot of sense.
1-0 pitch, and Young fouls it back. A little off to our right. Just a little out of range, too. He's not going to be able to catch that one. One ball, 1 strike to Young. Chris hitting 276. Here's the pitch to him. Takes it low. 2 balls and a strike. Young's been on base twice. Hit a 2-run double in the 4th inning. He scored 2 runs. Got on base twice and scored a run in last night's game against Kansas City. 2 games ago Saturday night, the Red Sox 8-3 win over the Royals. He also got on base twice via a walk and scored 2 runs. The pitch in the dirt again, and it's 3-1. Boxberger falling behind Chris Young. Hanley the runner at second base. Travis Shaw at first. Forsythe playing almost behind the second base bag, and the fielders on the left side deep. The pitch swung on, popped up foul right side. That'll make the seats. Full count, 3-2. Runners will go with the pitch. They've gone to the 9th, bottom of the 9th, and Baltimore Orioles batting with 1 out and trailing the Blue Jays 5-1. Here's the pitch on the way. Swung on, fouled back. I guess a good scenario for tonight would be a Red Sox win here, which is always a good scenario. And a Toronto win over Baltimore. You'd like to dig into that. You want a Baltimore win over Toronto. You want to dig into that lead that the Blue Jays have of 2 games. Pitch is outside, ball 4. The bases are full of Red Sox with 2 outs. 2 walks by Boxberger. Ramirez down to third base, Shaw to second, and Young down to first. But when you've got teams like the Blue Jays and Orioles playing each other, no matter who wins there, as long as the Red Sox win, they don't get hurt. One way to look at it is it separates Boston and Baltimore in the wild card picture, and you keep pace with the Blue Jays. What a weekend next weekend should be, or 2 weekends from now in Toronto should be. Next weekend will be in Oakland. Well, let's see, that'll be this weekend, right? Because today's Monday. That Sunday night game kind of throws you off, doesn't it?
Yes, they always do.
The 0-1, and Sandy takes a strike. So this weekend will be in Oakland, and then the following weekend in Toronto after a stop right next door in San Diego. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, and Sandy pops this one back over to our left. And he is behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 7th. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Red Sox with a 7-3 lead. 7 runs on 12 hits. 3 runs on 6 hits for Tampa Bay. Red Sox will have to play the Rays 3 more times after this series next month in St. Petersburg. Sandy hits a ground ball up the middle, a base hit. Hanley scores. Here comes Shaw behind him. A 2-out, 2-run single for sweet swinging Sandy León. And it's now 9-3 Boston. Sandy with his 2nd hit of the game. RBI is 27 and 28 for León. Young at second base, Sandy at first, and this will give Jackie Bradley Jr. another chance. Jackie's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He's walked once, and he swings in, hits one on the ground to the first baseman Miller, who will take it himself. He steps on the bag. Jackie is out, but 2 more runs for the Red Sox on 2 hits, and after 7 full, it's the Red Sox. Marcello, and he struck out 7. His ERA at 3.26. Buchholz, his 31st appearance. He's 5-9. And for Clay, a 5.13 ERA overall. Clay's first pitch swung on, fouled back by Wilson, the catcher. And the count 0-1. Well, Clay has had such an interesting year when you think of being a starter, going through spring training, preparing to be a starter. Things not going so well as a starter, being sent to the bullpen twice. And the pitch outside low. But he has done such a good job coming out of the bullpen that now the Red Sox want to get him used to pitching in the 8th inning. And they'll get him in higher leverage situations at some point. The 1-1. That pitch outside. 2 balls and a strike to Wilson. Wilson's 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the 3rd inning. He grounded to short in the 5th. So 1 for 2 for Bobby Wilson. Clay Buchholz is set on the hill. Now the 2-1 pitch to the right-handed hitter. Swung on and fouled back. Well up on top of the press box and out of play. 2-2 to Wilson. Wilson is a Tampa Bay area native. And last year was the 12th native of that part of the Gulf Coast to play for the Rays. 2-2 pitch coming from Clay Buchholz. Here it is. And it is swung on and lined to left field. That is going to bounce off the wall on one hop. And Young quickly gets it into second base. So a single for Wilson. He is 2 for 3. Update you on the Arbella Insurance Tote Board. Money's raised today so far and still counting. And the WEEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, $1,141,883. Thanks to all who've donated and your generosity. And please tell some folks about it. Maybe talk about it at work or school tomorrow and get some folks to donate tomorrow. Pitches up high to Logan Forsythe for ball 1. To donate, here is the toll-free number, 877-738-1234. That's anywhere in the U.S. a toll-free number. Certainly out of state. Love to hear from you. 877-738-1234. You can text K-Cancer to 20222. It's 20222. That's to donate $25. You can also log on to jimmyfund.org. Xavier Cedeno, left-hander, warming up now for the Rays. Nobody out. Wilson at first, and the 1-0 pitch from Clay Buchholz to Logan Forsythe is up high, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. As Clay comes set, first base side of the rubber. Hanley playing behind Wilson at first base. Pitch on the way and a bouncing ball foul, third base side. The Red Sox with a 6-run lead in the top of the 8th inning. We have posted a picture on the Twitter at Tim Neverett of Joseph Aboud, who donated $10,000 earlier today on behalf of Joe and me. Very generous. Check that out. And Tim Neverett will have another posting soon of another donation. And that pitch is fouled way back and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A breezy but very pleasant evening at Fenway Park. Game time temperature, room temperature, 72 degrees. And another sellout crowd, 23rd straight sellout. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch from Buchholz. Here it comes. Check swing. Did he go? The appeal to first. And the first base umpire, Danny DeMuth, said he did not go. And Forsythe had to use every bit of strength in his body to hold up that swing. Looked like he came around. But it was close. It'll go as a ball. 3-2. The 3-2 on the way. Here's the payoff. And Buchholz steals a foul ball strike, fouled off of Sandy Leon. So one more night game on the homestand tomorrow night, then a day game Wednesday afternoon on getaway day. 1:35 start. Stephen Wright against Drew Smiley. The Red Sox head out west, and we hope you'll stay up late with us from Oakland and San Diego. Of course, the Labor Day game early on Monday, a week from today. Pitch into dirt, ball 4, and the Rays now have 2 on and nobody out. Not the way Clay wanted to start this 8th inning. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Track live scores right on your TV and easily switch between games with the Sports app. This will bring up the left-handed hitting Kevin Kiermaier. Two on, nobody out for Tampa Bay. The Rays struggling again this year, 55 and 74. And Kiermaier, who really is a good defensive center fielder, he'll go and get most everything out there. But he is struggling at the plate, hitting just .217. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. Up by 6 runs. Clay's really going to zero in the strike zone here. Get some balls over the plate. Ready for the 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. Swung on and a looper in the left field. A broken bat base hit. And now the bases are loaded as Kiermaier stuck the bat out. And the business end of it is resting between the pitcher's mound and first base. Hanley Ramirez will go retrieve it. Carl Willis will come out of the first base dugout to go check on Clay, as he has put 3 men on here. 2 by way of a hit, 1 by way of a walk. And now the Rays, with nobody out, have the bases loaded. And the last thing you want to do is allow them to get back in this ball game. A game that the Red Sox seem comfortably in front in. Bobby Wilson, a leadoff single. He's now at third base. Forsythe had the walk, and he is at second. And now Kiermaier at first base. Kiermaier now 1 for 4 tonight. And Evan Longoria, who's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly and a run batted in coming up. When you talk about Longoria, you think of danger. Red Sox will now get some activity going in the bullpen. So they've got a left-hander up, Fernando Aboud. Ready for the first pitch to Longoria from Clay Buchholz. Here it is. He swings and fouls it back. And that is strike 1. Talked about the keys to the game a little earlier tonight, and one of the keys was you can't let Longoria beat you. He was the one that tied the game in the 8th inning the other day in St. Pete. In fact, the last start that Porcello had got him in the 8th inning on a first pitch hanging curveball. 0-1. And Longoria lifts this one in the air toward the triangle, drifting back on it is Jackie. He'll make the catch. Wilson tags, he'll score, and it's another RBI for Evan Longoria on a sacrifice fly to Jackie in center field. And now the Rays had another run. It's 9-4. Forsythe tags from second and goes to third. So first and third. Brad Miller up, the left-handed hitting first baseman, is 0 for 3. Grounded out to the right side of the infield in the second inning, and then struck out swinging in the third, looking in the 6th. Here's Miller stepping in against Clay Buchholz. 1 run is in for Tampa Bay in the top of the 8th. Stretched by Clay, and here comes the pitch. Strike call. 36,948 here tonight. In their 23rd straight sellout. Red Sox have sold out each game since the 6th of July. Now the 0-1 from Buchholz to Miller. Swung on, chopped foul, and Clay gets ahead, 0-2. Miller is occasionally the designated hitter. He started the year as the shortstop. Since Matt Duffy's arrival, Kevin Cash trying to find a way to get him in the lineup regularly. So now over at first base, splitting time between there and the DH slot. They like his bat. Buchholz 0-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back to the screen. Still 0-2 on Miller. Miller at 256, 25 home runs and 63 driven in.
Going to extra innings in Cleveland. Twins nothing, Indians nothing.
Not much going on there. Well, the Twins have had it rough this year, haven't they?
Lost 10 in a row.
Gosh. The 0-2 delivery. Swung on and popped up. Shallow right. In comes Mookie. Forsythe goes back to tag. Mookie still comes in, makes the catch. Forsythe going nowhere. Throw comes into the relay man, Hanley Ramirez. He will cut it off. 2 men out. Runners stay put at first and third. Miller is out. He's 0 for 4. And Matt Duffy, who's 0 for 3 coming up. Duffy was the regular third baseman for the San Francisco Giants. He was involved in the trade where the Giants acquired pitcher Matt Moore. And because he'd been a shortstop during his college days and minor league days, Rays liked him there, and that's where he'll settle in now as the regular shortstop. First pitch to the right-handed hitting Duffy from Buchholz. Swung on, popped up foul and out of play. Third base side, strike one. Of course, he wasn't going to play shortstop in San Francisco because Brandon Crawford occupies that spot there. He's not going anywhere. Very talented shortstop. The Giants team continues to fall behind the Dodgers in the West. It's really a 2-horse race in the West. Colorado has fallen to 11 back to start action tonight. They're playing the Dodgers. It's the next series. Padres 18 back, Arizona 18 and a half back. So 2 games to start action tonight separate the Dodgers and Giants in that National League West. 0-1 pitch. That's high and outside. Wild card race tightening up a little bit over in the other circuit. 1-1 pitch to Duffy. And he swings and misses. Strike 2, a fastball at 95 right by him. Right now the Giants lead in the wild card of the National League by 2.5 games over the St. Louis Cardinals. But right on the Cardinals' heels, the Pittsburgh Pirates, they're just a half game behind St. Louis after a 4-game sweep over Milwaukee. They never swept a 4-game series against the Brewers, but did so. And then Miami still a game and a half back. 1-2. That's up and in. Mets 2.5 back. That's the National League wild card. The American League, the Red Sox a game and a half up. Season ended today. They'd host a wild card game against Baltimore. Actually, they're 2 games up now. That game final between Toronto and Baltimore, with the Blue Jays winning at 5-1. 2-2 pitch to Duffy on the way. It's outside, 3-2. Tigers a game and a half out of the second wild card spot. Houston 2.5 out. Same with Kansas City and Seattle. Two outs, runners at first and third. Sandy Leon will jog out to see Clay Buchholz about this pitch selection on a 3-2 with Duffy at the plate. Duffy hitting .293 with 1 home run for Tampa Bay. He had 4 with the Giants. He had .253 in San Francisco with 21 runs batted in. Blue Jays Orioles only game that's gone final so far. Orioles still leading the Yankees 3-1 in Kansas City. There's the 3-2 fouled off to the right and out of play. Carlos Beltran is homered for the Rangers, his 25th. They lead the Mariners 5-1. Keep an eye on Seattle as far as the American League wild card is concerned. 3-ball, 2-strike pitch to Matt Duffy. Runners off first and third. The stretch by Buchholz. Clay set to go. The kick and the pitch. Swung on and popped up. Third base side. It is near the netting, and it's a row in, just over the protective netting on the third base side. Gentleman in the front row with the souvenir. And so Clay will walk back to the mound and get ready for another 3-2 pitch. For the Red Sox on the bottom of the 8th, it'll be the top of the order. Holt, Bogarts, and Ortiz. Jackie playing way over to right center for the right-handed hitting Duffy. Big gap in left center field. And the 3-2 once again from Clay Buchholz to Matt Duffy is swung on and pulled foul.
This is a workout. That's 28 pitches already.
Yeah, I think that's a lot more than they had hoped Clay would throw here in the 8th inning. And yeah, Clay is indeed getting a workout. But trying to get the final out of the top of the 8th. And Duffy has been able to get the bat on the baseball just a little bit, just enough to stay alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Clay Buchholz. There it is. And it's right there. Call. Strike 3. Duffy goes down looking. Rays get a run on 2 hits. They leave 2. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The radio home for Boston Red Sox baseball. This is Sports Radio WEEI Boston. WEEI FM and HD1 Lawrence, Boston.
Well, here comes Brock Holt. Red Sox with a 9-4 lead as the left-hander Cedeno now goes into his stretch, set at the belt to kick the pitch, and that's in for a strike. Holt tonight 2 for 4, a single and a double with 2 runs batted in. Cedeno making his 54th appearance. Well used lefty, 3 and 4, 379 earned run average. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Don't forget to stay tuned for the Sunoco post-game show. Sunoco, save 5 cents on every gallon instantly with your Sunoco Rewards credit card. And the stretch by Cedeno, the 1-1. Holt takes high and in. Both of Holt's RBI hits came with 2 outs. A couple of clutch hits, single double tonight. Bogarts on deck, though. He's 0 for 4, trying to get in the hit column. 2-1 delivery. And this one is lobbed into left field, and that's going to drop in front of Dickerson. Dickerson playing very shallow anyway. But Holt found some grass, and he is now 3 for 5. A swing by Brock Holt. Red Sox looking for their 73rd win of the season tonight, and to keep pace with Toronto. Trying to separate themselves a little more from Baltimore. Yankees still 6.5 back. Tampa Bay 18.5 back. So we get set to come close to ending the month of August. Pitch to Bogarts. That's a strike. Red Sox will finish this month on Wednesday afternoon and then start up again September 2nd in Oakland and get ready for the final month. You might need a seatbelt for it. It could be a wild ride. The 0-1 pitch, and Bogarts looks at a ball in the corner for a strike. Just on the outside edge, and it's 0-2. A cutter from Xavier Cedeno. Cedeno looking at Wilson, the catcher, waiting for the sign. Forsythe playing a little close to second base with Holt at first and nobody out. Pitch to Bogarts, and he looks up high, and it's a 1-2 count. Cedeno trying to get Bogarts to chase that high pitch. Last 7 appearances for Cedeno have been scoreless, with 7 strikeouts over 5 full innings, giving up 3 hits. Had a perfect 6th inning Saturday at Houston. Took him only 11 pitches to get out of that inning. 1-2 pitch now to Bogarts. And Xander swings and taps it foul past the on-deck circle on the third base side. And it's 1-2. Well, we hope you'll make it a date to join us again tomorrow. If you're in the New England area, you can tune into the flagship station. And day 2 of the WEEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. 1-2 pitch. Xander chops it foul again behind him. And it's 1-2. Started at 6 a.m. today here at Fenway Park. It'll go to midnight tonight. And the same tomorrow night. We'll have more guests on for you. More generous donors. More folks who have been inflicted with cancer and hear their stories. The 1-2 on the way. And Xander swings and strikes out. So a tough night for Bogarts. He struck out twice and he's 0 for 5. David Ortiz coming up for what could be the final time tonight. He does have a double. 1 for 4 with a run scored. His 42nd double. Left on left matchup, and the Rays will shift over to the right side. They're basically giving David 80% of the left side of the infield. David hitting .318 the pitch, and he looks at it low. 1 ball and no strikes to David Ortiz. Ortiz with 518 doubles as a member of the Red Sox. 3rd all time. And the pitch a strike on the outside corner. Dave wasn't too happy with that call. Looked to be outside. And he's barking now at Mike Estabrook. Big Papi is usually in a good mood. Not in a great mood right now at the plate. Cedeno's stretch. And the 1-1 is outside and in the dirt, and Holt will take second base. Brock Holt with a dirt ball read goes down to second. Now runner in scoring position for David. Well, that'll be scored a wild pitch. And advancing on it is Holt. Big gap in left center field. They're really pinching that right center field gap with Kiermaier, the center fielder, playing way over. Pitch to Papi. Swing and a miss and a ball down and away. Cutter. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Holt in scoring position. Red Sox up 9-4. 14 hits for Boston. And number 2 on the all-time doubles list for the Red Sox is Ted Williams with 525. David with a chance to catch him. And he looks at a pitch outside and low. 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Ortiz. You see David before a game. If you can watch him and observe him and how he deals with the fans, the media, everybody's being pulled in 100 different directions. He does it with a smile. And he takes care of everybody. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and lifted foul down the left field side. That is well up into the grandstand seats. And David's down there taking pictures with people, signing autographs. It's all in a day's work for David Ortiz. One out. Holt is at second base, and Ortiz waving the bat back and forth. Xavier Cedeno's pitch. David fouls it off the glove of Wilson. It goes to the backstop. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Escobar delivering another cutter. Just cut some speed off the fastball, put some spin on it. Holt with a base hit. Went to second on a wild pitch. He takes his lead. 3-ball, 2-strike pitch to Ortiz from Cedeno. And it's in the dirt. Ball 4. David will take his walk. He'll head down to first base. Now Mookie Betts coming up. Mookie tonight with a solo home run in the second inning. An RBI double in the fifth. He's 2 for 4. 30 home runs for Betts. Red Sox have 2 players with 30 home runs. Betts with 96 RBIs. And the chance of MVP begin as Mookie fouls one off a foot. Well, the Red Sox have Ortiz and Betts. And when Mookie gets to 100 RBIs, they'll be the 11th set of Red Sox teammates with at least 30 home runs and 100 RBIs each. The most recent duos to complete that feat. Ortiz, of course, involved with Manny Ramirez 4 times from 2003 through 2006. And Mookie bounces one foul third base side. Nomar Garciaparra and Mo Vaughn did it in 1998. Back in 1984, Tony Armas and Dwight Evans accomplished the feat. And Ortiz and Betts could become only the second set of Sox teammates with at least 30 home runs, 40 doubles, and 100 RBIs each. Ortiz and Ramirez did that in 2004. And Betts backs up on an inside pitch, 1-2. 2 on, 1 out for Mookie Betts, who's hitting .322. Betts last month the American League Player of the Month for July. 1-2 pitch to Mookie. And he swings it and hits one up in the air to left center field. It'll be playable for the center fielder Kiermaier. And he'll make the catch for out number 2. Mookie 2 for 5 tonight. And Hanley Ramirez on his way. And coming to the plate, Hanley. So Holt at second base and David Ortiz at first. 2 men out. Bottom of the 8th, Travis Shaw out on deck. Shaw's had a good night. Xavier Cedeno getting ready to deliver to the right-handed hitting Hanley Ramirez. Hanley, pretty good night too. He's been on base 3 times, twice with a hit. He's gone single-double tonight and flied out very deep to center field. Pitch on the way from Cedeno, and it's taken high for a ball. Since the All-Star break, Cedeno's done a good job against lefties, but he's facing a righty here. Right-handers hitting .269 against him. Lefties, on the other hand, .187.
Twins has left the bases loaded in the 10th. No score. Twins and Indians bottom of the 10th in Cleveland.
Wow. Another ball thrown up high, 2-0. I mean, the Twins just can't buy a run when they need one. Twins have really, really struggled. They probably worse than they thought they would. 2-0. That's in the dirt. 3 balls and no strikes. Fernando Aboud back up and throwing for the Red Sox. And a chance to load the bases with 2 outs as Hanley is up in the count, 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. The pitch from Cedeno. And Hanley looks at a strike. He thought it was ball 4. Perhaps he started to walk up the first baseline. And now he'll have to turn around and walk back to the right-hand batter's box. 9 runs, 14 hits for Boston. 4 runs, 8 hits for Tampa Bay. Rays will have Morrison, Franklin, and Dickerson do 6, 7, and 8. The top of the 9th. And Hanley takes another strike that he thought was ball 4. Started to walk out of the batter's box again. That can only widen your strike zone, you'd think, when it comes to the home plate umpire. They don't like to be shown up. Full count, 3-2. Runners will go. Holt off of second. Big lead by Big Poppy at first base. And the runners go. The pitch. Swung on, drilled to left field. And on the run, making the running catch is Corey Dickerson. So Dickerson.
And the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon coming up. So we hope to raise those totals. Porcello on the verge of being an 18-game winner. Here's Logan Morrison now facing Aboud. 2 grounders, 4-3, and a strikeout. Puckles 1 inning, 1 run, 2 hits, and a walk. He struggled some. Aboud delivers, and a breaking ball in there for a strike. Aboud of the Red Sox, his 11th appearance, 0-2 with a 5.63 ERA overall, 1-6, a 3.21 ERA, 50 games, winning his time with Minnesota. This one's long since past the 3-hour mark. That's a little bit low. Bottom of the 10th, no score in Cleveland. Twins and Indians. Left-hand batter against the left-hand pitcher with a shift on. And he takes a curve in there for a strike of beauty. Blue Jays beat Baltimore 5-1 behind Marco Estrada. And that one misses low, bottom half of the 7th. And it's the Royals 3, the Yankees 1. Kansas City got 3 in the first off Pineda. He's still out there. 9 runs, 14 hits for the Red Sox, 4 runs, 8 hits for the Rays. Fernando's 2-2, and he swings and misses at a big slow curve. So the leadoff man retired here in the top of the 9th inning for Nick Franklin, who single, struck out, and popped to short. Tonight's attendance, 36,948 is sellout, brought to you by Ace Ticket. Visit Ace Ticket for the best prices on all Red Sox tickets. Prices lower than you think. Call 1-800-MY-SEATS or go to aceticket.com. The switch hitting Franklin lines it into right. It's going to drop in front of Mookie for a base hit. He grabs it on a hop.
Well, Nick Franklin missed the series in St. Pete. You knew he was going to do something when he got back. For whatever reason, earlier this year, Nick Franklin put on a show against the Red Sox.
He had a concussion. He was hit by Kiermaier in a backswing as he was swinging a bat getting loose. He went on the 7-day concussion list. 1 on, 1 out for Dickerson, who singled, doubled, and struck out. Left-hand pitcher dealing to the left-hand batter, and it's low for a ball. Pomerantz goes tomorrow for the Red Sox. And Jake Odorizzi has been very good. Will pitch for the Rays. He's 9-5. The 1-0. Foul, third base side out of play. Yenard. About a tote board, call 877-738-1234. Text K-Cancer to 20222 to donate $25. Or go to jimmyfund.org. You can do it.
Tell them Joe sent you.
Ground ball bounced to the second baseman. The throw to Bogarts on to first. Double play. And that does it. Marco Hernandez grabbed it. And the Red Sox turn it over. They win it. The final tonight, Boston 9 and Tampa Bay 4. Now, wait a minute. They're going to review it here. It's not over yet. Rays want to review the play at first. Nope, they don't. They decided not to. So finally, that is the final. And the Red Sox win it 9-4. They remain 2 behind Toronto.